middle and ends view. Tomb Raider Underworld. It is the worst game in the Legend timeline, but despite that, level 2, if you don't count the prologue, is fantastic. And it made me realise, like, for the rest of the game, how great the parkour is. I just can't describe it. But, that being said, sometimes the camera chooses the worst possible angles in the world for certain bits, because, like, in level 2, there's a bit where you have to jump off a wall onto a pole, and once you hit the pole, the camera goes into like a bird's eye view, and you can't see anything. I'm surprised I was able to make it out. And then when it, like, Force Hammer just wouldn't equip for me, so I ended up just getting absolutely crushed by the, I forget what they're called, but those thralls, I think, big thralls. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. So, middle review, Spider-Man ps5. I would... The only thing that's good about getting the PS5 version is that it comes with the DLCs along with it. But it is quite buggy. I don't remember there being any bugs when I played on PS4 for the main game or the DLCs, but I've had, quite a few bugs on the PS5, including one that I've put on my YouTube to show you. Luckily, this was just a crime, like, side quest thing, and not a main quest, but I never had any problems with like that, from what I remember when I played the original version. Although it was like 3.5 years ago my brother pre-ordered it.
What I'm about to tell you is one of the most disturbing things you will ever hear in your lifetime. This is my son at about 28 days old, and right now in California, legislation is being passed that would make it legal to murder him. This bill, AB 2223, would make it absolutely legal to kill babies, not just in the womb, but now outside of the womb up to 28 days old. It would also prevent law enforcement from conducting any type of criminal investigation into the matters of the death of an infant. Many of us have been talking about not just being pro-life, but being anti-abortion for a long time now. And people say, oh, there aren't people who love abortion, they just want the freedom to choose. Who on earth would choose to murder a 28-day-old child like mine that I showed you in that video? This is the work of demons, and we must bow our knee and pray and overturn this legislation. What I'm about to tell you is one of
my friend, who he's more Christian than I am. He always like follows these Christian TikTok accounts and posts their stuff on his story all the time. And I saw that and I said to him, that's typical California. And though he probably thinks that, I'm being sarcastic, but that's genuinely how California is. Also, sorry about the clipping noise in the background. That's me. I don't want to say this because some people might consider it a bit TMI, but I'm clipping my fingernails because they're getting a bit long. This means as of 16 past 1 p.m. on Friday, the 22nd of April, 2022. I don't remember what the last meme it did was, but I'm gonna assume that it was this one, so I'm gonna go on to this.
He asked 100 married men, which of the 7 dwarfs describes your wife in bed? Don't do this yet. Hold on. Let me read the back. On a winter night on the window. 27. This book is trash. Call the names.
Nah, don't call the man names. I mean, that's somewhat the equivalent of like that. I think it was like 4 years ago or 3 years ago that Kendrick Lamar had. I've probably thought about this before, but he invited a white girl up on stage, like at one of his concerts, and they started they do one of his songs, The Geller, and it contains the N word like 14 times, I think, and like the first 6 times she skipped over it. She'd be like, I don't know what the lyrics are, but it's like, "What's up, mate?" and then just do the rest of the lyrics. But on like the 7th time, she said it by mistake, and Kendrick heard it and was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I told you not to say that one word." He didn't say not to say it. He chose not to say it and then accidentally said it once because you have it in the song like 14 times, I think. Probably higher. And then bunch of white people, because like the footage comes from the crowd. It wasn't footage captured by Kendrick's team or anything like that. Bunch of white people started booing. I don't know why I pronounced that word so bad. Booing the girl. Get off the stage, bitch! Screw you and all. And like the same footage shows them saying all of them saying the N word during the song. What the? Yeah. My point is, Tyler the Creator, someone I have respect for because of his performance doing New Magic Wand a couple of years ago. Please don't. We look up what the Echo Maker is actually about. That's great. Google doesn't actually give you a definition. Like I'm tired of like Google and Netflix and Disney Plus and all not giving you an actual like synopsis, not telling you what it's about. I'm gonna read out what Google says that the book is about. The Echo Maker is a 2006 novel by American writer Richard Powers. It won the National Book Award for Fiction and was a Pulitzer Prize for Fiction finalist. Okay, but what's the book actually about? Other than what Tyler told me more than Google did. Okay, I've looked at a definition, but I don't really. I just want to say it out loud, and then if you can understand, then you can understand. Set against the Platte River's massive spring migrations, one of the greatest spectacles in nature, The Echo Maker is a gripping story that explores the improvised human self and the even more precarious brain that splits us from and joins us to the rest of creation. Cranes keep landing as night falls. I just realized that I forgot to say this is DMs during the DM segment, but it's fine, it doesn't really matter. This is Twitter as of 23 past. Genetically modified fruits. Synthetic meat? Hell yeah. Suppose Elon Musk could assume control of Twitter. Surely you could not allow things like the gamer word or certain true statements to be made. In what way would his contribution to free speech be meaningful? He does have somewhat of a point. Good news. Contrary to what's trending on Twitter, the veins remain. Okay. I didn't even realize that it was like an artistic choice, I guess, to put quote veins on chocolate bars. I thought it was just like the way that it was being made, that you had to do it for some reason. But even if they remove it, so what? It's not going to affect the taste. The hell? Congratulations, sir, you made on Tucker Carlson. So it turns out this guy is the guy that said, made that satire tweet about them sneezing their hands on the airline, screaming, "This is MAGA airspace," that the New York Times reporter thought was real. Because the people who work for the New York Times are words that I can't say on YouTube.
It's already a story about how people are afraid that there are no more masks on the planes. So a New York Times reporter decided to find people who agreed with that. Now, a man called Jared Rabel decided to play a trick on Twitter. He wrote this, quote, "When the pilot announced the mask mandate was over, flight attendants pulled off their masks and sneezed directly into their hands while screaming, 'This is MAGA airspace!'" It's like Jesse Smollett version.
Tucker. Never do that laugh again.
Only a New York Times reporter would believe this, and one did. Her name is Victoria Kim. So she wrote immediately to Rabel, quote, "I'd love to speak to you." Rabel responded this way, "Unfortunately, it's satire that only someone at the New York Times would believe." But Victoria Kim would not be deterred. She wrote the story anyway. She just found some Twitter users, as neurotic as she is, to interview and verify her thesis. So that's how the news is made.
Holy crap, I made it. R.I.P. Coach Red Pill. Danny DeVito's not dead. Come on, man. Don't play us like that. You'll never be resurrected as a cold skeleton with sunglasses. I looked up Danny DeVito just in case he actually is dead, and he's not dead. So, Shion had decided to be a tomboy for some reason. I don't really follow Shion Head. She said tombofication. I'm surprised I said that as well as I did. This person replied more like eggs petrification. I'm glad we're bringing back the no eggs meme, because that was that was very important. And she blocked him. Alert at U.S. Capitol, evacuating all aircraft intrusion. Oh god, here we go again. Me digging out my main folder from 2001. Hello, old friend. Never mind, but I'm pretty sure someone's getting fired. Okay, so it looks like the Army parachute team forgot to tell Capitol Air Defense that they were jumping in the Nats Park. Lol. Babe, please stop picking up the kids like a dumbbell. Look how strong Dad is. Nicola Sturgeon hints she could step down as First Minister of Scotland voted no in a future referendum. I hope the God Scotland votes no, but I have a feeling that even if they do vote no, she's not going to leave. Independence, but Nicola Sturgeon. No independence, but no Nicola Sturgeon. I say you're better off with no independence, but no Nicola Sturgeon. Because independence with Nicola Sturgeon is not independence, and I'm not, because like Nicola Sturgeon's version of independence is to not be in the UK but being in the EU, because somehow that's independence. Little dirty communist keeps trying to snatch my role in black pudding. Black pudding is delicious. Screw you, you should like it. What in God's name is black pudding? Why do you have to put me back at the top every time, you prick? Essentially, something pig's blood. Tasty something pig's blood. Empire biscuits. I don't give a damn what some grossly qualified Donald Trump judge said. I'm double masked and wearing goggles on this Nashville to DC flight. I had corona in December. Y'all can kiss my ass about me not wanting it again and say any false thing that don't matter is a damn liar. You know, I'm gonna kiss your ass, except if I try it, you're gonna be like, no, you're gonna get me corona. So don't say that we can kiss your ass when you know you're not gonna let us do it. Pissy. Okay, and that was always allowed. Mike Tyson punched the crap out of a guy on a plane, but if you see all the footage before, you see the guys acting like a drunk craphead too, and Tyson was trying to ignore him. Imagine thinking that being craphead to Mike Tyson would be a good idea. Well, he was drunk, so I can't be bothered to look at the video. That is a shame. Pirates of the Caribbean star Johnny Depp confirmed he will never return as Captain Jack Sparrow. I mean, I get that, you know, with everything that's happened and the fact that the movies have been few and far between, and even then, the most recent ones haven't been any good, and you are getting close to your 60s. You turn 59 this year, I think. I don't know why I'm saying it as if I'm talking directly to him, but whatever. I get that, but still, shame. Jeremy Corbyn would like to see NATO ultimately disband. I have no opinion on NATO. I'd like not if they're good or bad or not. But why, Jeremy? If I paid attention in history class, I would have said it. Or you want to make your Warsaw Pact? I think it was called, like the communist version of NATO. Well, I'll tell you what's really going on with Netflix. They're getting too political. I'm surprised that they didn't drop Dave Chappelle. Like that's the only based thing that they've done. Everything else has been cringe. And they're running out of good shows. Like Stranger Things is about to enter its second last season. The next season will probably take years to make, even if Corona wasn't a thing. They have the next season of the Umbrella Academy coming up, but despite the fact that they said that Ellen Page's character would not become transgender, Ellen Page's character is going to become transgender. They're really the only two ones that I care about on Netflix that are coming back. Better Call Saul, technically, but that's not actually a Netflix original. It's an AMC original. Just the only way we get access to it here in the UK is through Netflix. The same way that the only way you get access to Peaky Blinders in America is through Netflix. So in America, Peaky Blinders is considered a Netflix original. As is Dairy Girls as well. I'm just looking at my list to see if there's anything else on Netflix that's coming out. They've also got things like Sex Education, but that sucks. Got season 2 of Ghost in the Shell SAC 2045 on Sunday, 4 weeks from now. Whoops, sorry, I hit my phone there. And yeah, that's it. For me, at least. But with Amazon's just eventually going to take them over because they have better shows. They've got The Boys, they've got Invincible, they've got Diabolical. I know its first season just dropped only a couple of weeks ago, but I mean, if it's renewed, then it's renewed. Marvelous Maisel, I think is ending after season 4 or 5. And a bunch of other stuff that I can't think of right now. That's what's going on with Netflix.